Quick housekeeping section, as we do every week. We'll kind of go update some things that have happened, some questions from the audience before we get into the show.
Okay.
Right off the bat, people are wondering, Richard Ratboy, what is your coffee order? Everyone keeps commenting, what's Richard Ratboy's coffee order? It looks a little too milky to me.
So I am not opposed to milk. This is black iced coffee and then a little bit of heavy cream. Heavy cream, different from half and half, zero carbs.
So it's not black iced coffee.
Yeah, it's not black iced coffee.
It's a dessert.
No, I just said zero carbs, zero sugar.
Heavy cream, there's zero everything?
Yep. It's a keto coffee drink. I'm not in keto right now, but sorry to all you haters who thought I was drinking 600 calories.
Yeah, the correct coffee order is black iced coffee or black hot coffee. That's it. It's not meant to be a dessert. Not meant to be a dessert.
The correct coffee order is whatever you want.
No.
So
because then you wake up and go, oh, I want dessert for breakfast. First thing you have like a creme brulee in the morning.
I'm not on those people's side. They need to find God because because those calories will come and get you.
All right, so it's kind of an embarrassing order. Coffee should be this color, not that color.
I'm
no
not
heavy
embarrassed
cream
at all.
No one should even own heavy cream unless you're doing something special with mashed potatoes or something.
I love heavy cream.
Speaking of dessert, I feel like we failed to mention this in past episodes, and it's kind of an important thing that's followed us outside of the show. Okay. Gulab jamun. Yeah. Gulab jamun, the Indian honey pancake ball covered in like honey syrup. We failed to mention this in the show. It's a very important part of our lives.
Tasty dessert.
It's a tasty dessert. If you guys eat Indian food, I recommend you do. Butter chicken, garlic naan, gulab jamun. That's pretty much... That's a home run.
Basmati rice.
Basmati rice. That's a home run every time. Highly recommended. Not enough people know about it. Gulab jamun. Check it out.
I love Indian food.
Me too.
Those people really, they got the spices. They developed it all. You can go to like an Indian lunch buffet and taste like 40 different things.
Yeah. And and you can put them out of business too. You can sit there for a while and they'll politely tell you to leave, or there'll be a surcharge, they'll say.
Yeah.
And then also any sort of food you can take like a naan or bread or whatever and run it through.
I'm all about the run through the sauce.
I'm all about running through the sauce. So glad we got that figured out. Gulab jamun, guys, please check it out. Very much worth your time. We're almost
sponsored by just a dessert this episode. Yeah.
Well, we have to let people know about stuff. It can't all be boring politics. We have to kind of, speak to the things that involve the culture. Yeah. Speaking of, obviously the Urban Decay section is coming up. We talk a lot about crime and things that are happening in society. I, the other day on one of our walks with Richard Ratboy, thought of a great way to get out of a stick-up.
Okay.
If you're ever being robbed. So say someone comes up on you with a gun and is like, hey, give me your wallet.
Give me your wallet.
And I just go, whoa. Okay, hey, relax. Just so you know, I have a gun in my right pocket. And I start coming close so you can grab it out.
Right, let me get that gun.
And then bam, you got him close and you got him away. And you don't have a gun.
All right. So a headbutt type?
Yeah.
Or,
So it's like you go like, hey, hands up. I have a gun. So the guy's like, oh, man, this guy's a threat. Oh, this guy's got something.
I better disarm him.
I better disarm him. Mm-hmm. So then you give him, hey, in my right pocket, there's a gun. He'll come close, a little too close. Bam. Now you got a gun.
Boom.
Yeah.
Smart. I think that's a good technique.
Good technique.
I feel like we would have seen that in some sort of movie already, like a Jason Bourne type move, like just get my gun and then boom, boom, he's hitting you with a book all of a sudden.
So a lot of these things, it's like, these are little movie scenes, but I don't have an action movie in the pipeline.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to get it out on the show.
So it's just podcast material. It's just
talk.
Bit. Yeah.
And then final piece of housekeeping. You know how everyone says birds have razor sharp talons?
Some people say that. I've heard that, I guess.
The talons are razor sharp. That's not true.
What are you saying?
Razor blades are... You put it, cuts right through your hand. Yeah. Cuts right through the paper. Razor blades are microscopically sharp.
It's like a measurement amount. Like
it's like
1 millimeter.
Perfectly as like sharp as you can be. Mm-hmm. The talons are sharp. That's fine. But I don't think they're razor sharp.
They're wide. They're too wide to have the sharp edge.
And how in nature could you even like sharpen the talons to, they're sharp enough to forcefully rip some meat apart and whatever. But I don't think it's razor sharp.
Yeah, wouldn't they constantly be being worn down?
Yeah, or if you even like touched yourself or anything, it would just tear you up. If the thing went like this and scratched its neck, it would kill itself.
Yeah. That's interesting. I never thought about that. And I don't know why you're thinking about that.
Well, it's housekeeping. Okay. Just some stuff we have to get out of the way before the show starts. Last couple nights ago, we watched State of the Union.
Yeah.
It was, in my opinion, it was an absolute gaslight. It was meant to humiliate us. Eric Swalwell was there. It was a real who's who of everyone who's let us down in the last few years.
Yeah.
Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Corey Bennett.
Amy Corey Bandit.
All these losers that ended up being total duds, just on display, standing up, clapping for Joe Biden. Kamala Harris nodding the whole time. It just made me absolutely sick.
That's honestly, hey, I'm not gonna shit on Kamala and Nancy because for Mike Pence, whoever, going back, the Speaker of the House and the Vice President forever, that's a tough job. Be on camera reacting for an hour and 15 minutes straight. And nobody wants that, right? Like, that's tough.
Kamala Harris deep down hates Joe Biden too.
Yeah.
So she has to control her background face where she's always like, and she can't go like,
don't agree with you fully, Joe, but I'm with you.
Yeah. She can't say, ugh, what an idiot, or like, oh my God. And then everything just like, it was a complete gaslight. Remember at the end, they were yelling, fund the police.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, aren't you guys like? Don't you think? Don't we watch everything from the last year? Fund the police now, so it was fully gaslighting.
Yeah, it's like a true 180. It's not even like no, you misinterpreted us. It's a true 180. The way I would sum up the State of the Union was Ukraine first, then America first. Mm-hmm. Right? Like,
the State of the Union was the state of Ukraine.
Ukraine, all the flags were Ukrainian, and then America first, buy American, manufacture in America. Yeah, I know a guy who was doing that. I know a guy who was putting tariffs on companies who were importing stuff to America so that they would actually build a factory here instead. His tweets were too mean, though, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone says, oh, like the new poll, Putin wouldn't have invaded Russia if Trump was in office, people think. It's like, that already happened.
Poll? Yeah, that was 4 years.
That was 4 years and he didn't.
That was 4 years, and it was 2016 to 2020. So, like, Crimea was 2014.
Yeah.
So he goes, okay, I better chill.
Yeah.
I better chill out because I'm being actively threatened, not just with sanctions, but with military force.
Exactly. And it was absolutely nuts. State of the Union, there was no real COVID talk. Which is crazy. COVID's done. Like, we had COVID for so long. That was the most important thing ever. You can't just go from COVID to nothing. So you need another equal or ballpark equal crisis, like the threat of nuclear war, I guess.
Hey, that's a 1-for-1 Indiana Jones swap.
Yeah. So I guess COVID's done. No masks. Everyone's going to be gaslit now.
Well, they had to end COVID. Everything else was going so bad that they had to go, all right, here you go, peasants.
We've spoken about this, they'll take the credit. Because COVID, you have to do to end the COVID is just like change how people talk about it on the news. Like, the data and the science is in the favor of like COVID not being a long-term pandemic that's actually that bad.
Yeah.
So you had like the ace in the hole. You had the winning hand the whole time. All you had to do was bluff around, and then now you can flip the cards and go, oh yeah, we solved COVID. It's not that bad. We don't need to mask the kids. We don't need to make everyone get vaccinated, even though everyone already got fired for not getting vaccinated and everything.
But they slow rolled us. They didn't show us the cards until like, it's been 2 years. Sorry, guys.
They really slow rolled us. But now they actually have a new crisis. So congrats to the deep state. They needed a release valve. It was getting too hot and too crazy. So they just had like a new crisis, restart button, bam. Oh, guys, everyone's a Ukrainian expert now. You need to care about Ukraine. That's the most important thing in the world. COVID? Democrats already solved that. That was years ago.
It's like those cartoons where you push something in and then something else pops up.
Yeah.
It's like there's always going to be some sort of mega crisis to deal with.
Exactly. Absolute gaslight. Eric Swalwell's there. It's so embarrassing. He's like clapping and standing. And
he looks like a Matt Damon misprint.
Yeah.
Like, he's like the penny that, like, we kind of messed up this face.
Yeah, he is a Matt Damon misprint. He's a botched Matt Damon clone.